Hey, what's going on, No Nation? It's CJ Wilson here with Dope Talk, here to bring you some quick hitters. We're in the midst of recruiting season. This is the second big recruiting event, or junior day rather, for FSU for the 2025 cycle. This is the second junior day event this upcoming weekend for the 2025 cycle, FSU's junior day. I'm going to go ahead and tap in. Like I said, I'm not going to give you guys the entire list, but just a few names I feel like you guys should be familiar with moving forward within this 2025 cycle. I know it's going to take some time, but we're going to get familiar with some of these recruits that FSU is after for this upcoming cycle. I know, we just got finished with the 2024 recruiting class, but recruiting is never ending, always going. How can I put this? Yeah, it's never ending, right? It's year round, whether it's your current class or the class after that. We're currently within the 2025 class, and it's time to kick things off and get started. On the Trail is brought to you by Realtor Jude Paul. Jude is a realtor in Southwest Florida, but services the entire state of Florida. Whether you try to buy your home or sell your home, Jude is your guy. Again, whether you try to buy or sell, Jude is your guy. And again, buying or sell, Jude is willing to donate 15% of the closing costs back to you. That's right. You buy your home or sell your home with Jude, money's going to be back in your pocket. And also, Jude is a huge FSU fan, and knows like to help out knows. So again, if you buy your home or sell your home through Jude, he's willing to donate some of the proceeds to the Battles End Collective. So again, he's willing to donate some of the proceeds to the Battles End Collective. If you guys aren't familiar with Battles End, they do a lot of things in regards to, roster placement, keeping guys happy and things like that with this new world of NIL. So Battles In is pretty much the main collector for FSU, and Jude is willing to donate proceeds to that. If you buy your home or sell your home through him, you can reach out to Jude at www.homesfornoles.com. Again, it's www.homesfornoles.com. The first key we're going to talk about for this big upcoming weekend is five-star offensive lineman and FSU commit Solomon Thomas. Solomon is the number one interior offensive lineman within the 2025 recruiting class, sitting at 6'4", 315 pounds out of Jacksonville, Florida, Raines High School. Huge gift for FSU once he committed. Committed rather early, pretty much a day or two right after the 2024 December National Signing Day for that class. So again, really, really big pickup for Coach Alex Atkins and Coach Mike Norvell. To get him back on campus is huge too, just to secure that commitment and keep that relationship strengthened. Once it's time to close and get the signature down for signing day. Again, Solomon Thomas will be on campus, big dynamic athlete, big time get one of the bell cows for the 2025 recruiting class moving forward. He did take a visit to the University of Florida, but I'm not really too worried about Florida. I will say Georgia Bulldogs is a team that is pushing very hard for his services as well. So it's going to be interesting down the stretch. But FSU is doing all the right things. We did get him committed, and also to get him back on campus for this junior day. And I'm pretty sure multiple times they want to get him on campus multiple times moving forward for the 2024 or 2024, I guess 25 rather cycle, but the 2024 spring and beyond. So again, I think the Georgia Bulldogs is doing a pretty good job of recruiting him as well. For him to commit to FSU over Georgia at that point in time was a bit of a shock. I think Coach Alex Atkins has done a really good job of selling the vision to Solomon Thomas. And also, he was on campus multiple times during the season, caught some games in person, just fell in love with the atmosphere. What's not to love about Doak Campbell Stadium, right? Especially for a home game in Tallahassee. So to have Solomon Thomas back on campus is huge for FSU. Let's go on to some playmakers, some elite playmakers on the outside. Derek Smith, four-star receiver out of Selma, Alabama, 6'1", 185 pounds. He is currently ranked as number 69 overall player in the 247 composite. This kid is an athlete, man. When I say athlete, he's an athlete. Plays both sides of the ball for Selma, receiver, quarterback, running back, you name it, safety, defensive back. And also he plays basketball and baseball as well. So dynamic athlete that plays multiple sports. Like this kid a lot. This is his first visit to Tallahassee too, which is pretty interesting. So his first time in Tallahassee, first time to FSU. So I'm pretty sure Coach Norvell and Coach Ron Dugans are going to lay out the red carpet and show Derek Smith everything that FSU has to offer from a playmaker standpoint as far as developing him on the field as a receiver, and also the resources that we have, to make you a better student athlete, just a better person overall in Tallahassee. I think FSU is going to do a very good job. Well, not I think I know FSU they do a very good job in these visits and in regards to opening kids' eyes and things like that. I don't think it'll be any different from Derek Smith once he gets on campus. We'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting to see after the visit if what type of comments Derek Smith may have as far as his interview and things like that, and if FSU could get any future visits scheduled. But to get him on campus for the first time is definitely a plus. He's got to build on and try to get him on campus multiple times throughout this 24-25 recruiting cycle to have a chance at the dynamic playmaker in Derek Smith. He doesn't play against the best competition, and looking at his highlights, but you can't deny the athleticism and the playmaker ability. Big time playmaker for Derek Smith. Will be pretty interesting to see how his recruitment goes. Of course, he's from Alabama, so the Auburn Tigers are a player within his recruitment, and I'm pretty sure the Alabama Crimson Tide will start to recruit him and push a little bit once that new coaching staff gets settled in Tuscaloosa. Sticking with receivers, Coach Douglas is doing a damn good job of bringing some elite premium talent at the receiver position, and this one is no different. Quincy Porter, the number one player out of New Jersey, four-star recruit. He is the number 37 overall player per the 247 composite. 6'3", 190 pound, a very shifty kid, very shifty for his size. Makes a lot of plays after the catch, a lot of yak. Real shifty, makes a lot of moves. Kind of surprising to me. He doesn't look. He's a long strider, so when you see long striders on film, doesn't look like they're running that fast. But again, once you're a long strider, you're covering more ground with longer distances. So again, he's a very, I guess you could say he has deceptive speed due to his size. So like I said, he's breaking away from a lot of guys, real shifty, runs very good routes, has soft hands, and he also attacks the ball once it's in the air. So I like Quincy Porter a lot. Kid out of New Jersey. You know, New Jersey is Big Ten territory. So with Big Ten territory, you kind of know that Ohio State is going to be a staple in its recruitment with the way Brian Hartline has been recruiting receivers at Ohio State University. And of course, like I said, being from New Jersey, that is Big Ten territory. So we'll see how it plays out. I think he's also supposed to be visiting University of Florida pretty soon. Coach Douglas is doing a damn good job as far as, stacking the receiver room and also keeping a lot of elite options open for this 2025 class. Just mentioned Derek Smith, Quincy Porter as well, and also Jamie French is a receiver that was recently committed to Alabama, the five-star receiver out of Jacksonville, Mandarin. That's another kid that FSU is very high on and is pushing very hard for his services, to commit to this 2025 recruiting class. So again, the receiver, how can I put this? The receiver board, so to speak, is pretty strong for FSU with a lot of good options to choose from within this 2025 recruiting class. Let's switch things over and go back to the trenches a little bit. I know you guys love defensive linemen and things like that, so we got one right here, Trent Wilson, the four-star defensive tackle from Maryland, 6'3", 270 pounds. He will be on campus. I believe this is his first visit as well. Really interesting. You guys know he's from Maryland, like I stated, but Odell Haggins has done a really good job in the past within the DMV, Maryland, Washington, D.C. area, just recruiting guys. Just to write out a couple of names, if you guys remember, Josh Sweat is a kid. My apologies, Josh Sweat, and of course, Eddie Goldman, who's from the Washington D.C. area. So again, Coach Odell is no stranger to the DMV area in Maryland specifically. So it's going to be interesting how we can leverage those relationships and those experiences with the recruitment of Trent Wilson. I like this kid a lot. Like I say, 6'3", 270 pounds, really active, uses his hands very well, has a top 8 of FSU, Oklahoma, Penn State, Ohio State, University of Florida, Maryland, Tennessee, and Texas A&M. This is the beginning of his recruiting process, so I think it is a plus to get him on campus shortly after announcing his top 8. So we'll see what Odell Haggins can do with Trent Wilson in his recruitment. The last recruit we're going to cover is Ethan Pritchard, four-star linebacker commit from the Sanford Seminole, from Sanford, the Sanford Seminoles. Big-time playmaker. I like this kid a lot. 6'2", 200 pounds. I think he's all in on FSU. He's not really entertaining any other offers or anything like that. I think he's locked in. He's probably going to be on this campus more so just building those relationships with the staff and, of course, recruiting other guys that wants to be a part of the Tribe 25. So, again, Ethan Pritchard, four-star linebacker commit, will be on campus for the 2025 recruiting class, like I said, for this upcoming weekend for the Junior Day. So you got Solomon Thomas, a commit, and Ethan Pritchard, a commit, two cornerstones within this 2025 class as of now. We're going to try to build this class moving forward. Of course, you got Jamel Jones, your quarterback out of Mandarin. So, again, but those two guys specifically will be on campus this weekend. Hopefully do a little bit of recruiting for other guys that will be on campus. It's going to be some interesting stuff for FSU within these next couple months. It's going to be a lot of visits within this 2025 cycle. So my job is to keep you guys up to date and also get you guys familiar with these names. So it's going to be a lot of fun content moving forward and a lot of hanging out in regards to the 2025 cycle. I'm really excited. I think FSU is going to do a pretty good job within this cycle, especially off of back-to-back winning seasons. Excuse me, the 13-0 record last year prior to the bowl game. I think FSU is going to do very well. Excuse me, within this 2025 cycle. Of course, I'm not worried about the on-field product at all for 2024. I think we're going to do just fine. That's going to also only help the 2025 recruiting. But again, we got more content coming soon. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. Go Noles.